If you've had shoulder pain going on around this region for the past 3 to 6 months, this video is for you. What happens to a lot of people is this pain shows up and it's not really clear why it's there and it's not really clear why it's continuing. So I hear things like, when I turn my head, I'll get this pain right here. Or if I move my head down, I'll get like a funny pain that goes through here. Like sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Eventually for people it'll turn into like I'm feeling on a more consistent basis. But again, there's not a really clear answer a lot of times why it's there. So one thing I'd like you to consider is a lot of times the pain that comes in here through the shoulder actually is originating and starting a little bit further up the chain in the neck and the head. There's 2 reasons for this, and it's the reasons that shoulder pain comes up in the first place. So one is a lot of times people will get pain in the actual muscle itself. So it feels tender, it feels tight. When you press on it, it can feel like a rock or it can feel like a shooting pain kind of thing. So the muscle itself is really irritated, but again, it's like, why is that happening? Well, a lot of the muscles that are running from the shoulder are actually starting up around the shoulder blade. They're running up through the neck and they'll connect to the skull. So a lot of these are pretty long muscles and they have to do a lot. So not only are they responsible for moving and turning the head, they have to stabilize the weight of the heavy head, and they also have to be able to initiate all these movements of the shoulder. So there's a lot of complexity of all the overlapping muscles that happen there. But when the neck or the head is irritated, a lot of times that translates down to pain through the shoulder. The second thing that happens with shoulder pain is there's a nerve in there that is not happy. So this will feel a lot of times like a zinging pain, or that's again where you're pressing like one certain area and it will feel like the whole area is lighting up. So again, nerve pain's no fun, but it's even less fun when you're like, I have no idea what to do about this. So all the nerves that are coming down into the shoulder actually start in the neck. They go underneath the collarbone and then they form this web that kind of goes everywhere. So it goes to the front and it also travels around to the back. So a lot of times the nerve, when it's painful here at the shoulder, the source of the irritation is actually happening further up the chain. So for nerves, if they get irritated at any point, they can feel pain at any point. So it's kind of a frustrating game because like my pain's here, but the compression may be happening all the way up here at the neck or as it's crossing underneath the collarbone. So then the final question is like, okay, like what the heck do you do, or why would my head and neck be off? So for a lot of people, we find that the structure is not in the correct position, meaning the head's not sitting on top of the neck directly, there's twisting and turning going on, and that puts stress on the whole system. So if you haven't had your head and neck evaluated for any structural issues, or if you know that you have postural issues between the head and the neck and you also have shoulder pain, I really encourage you to pursue that further because that's a really big one that we see for people that gets missed all the time. So if you'd like to have a further conversation, visit our website, click the Book Now button. We can sit down and do a more detailed evaluation to see if that could be coming up for you. And if it is, show you a great way to move forward.